Welcome to Greenland,
a country that has a new adventure around every corner.
I have traveled to one of the most remote areas in the world to see Arctic wildlife,
Incredible.
iceberg cities, remote communities and ever-changing landscapes.
Sailing through the Scoresbysund Fjord system.
So join me as we travel through East Greenland.
Due to bad weather, the flight to Constable Point has been cancelled.
So a little update, our flight to Greenland has been postponed. The runway in Greenland side is too wet to land at the moment. So we are hoping that we would still have a weather clearance this afternoon to fly in. Otherwise we have to still spend one more night in Reykjavik and our trip to Greenland is delayed by one day. But fingers crossed, and this is part of the adventure. I think, you know, sometimes you just, when you're traveling to these exotic or Arctic locations, this kind of stuff can happen.
We received a phone call from North Sailing, who managed to organize a last-minute charter flight from the international airport. So we quickly jumped in a cab and rushed there.
We finally managed to get one flight for us that is leaving in a few hours time. What a crazy day, but the airport apparently is dry enough for us to land. So here we go.
So after the rush to the international airport, we all boarded the small propeller plane to head to Constable Point. 2 hours later and our wheels had touched down.
And after all the freaking hassle, we have now made it to Greenland. Let's do this. Awesome.
I have been coming back to Scoresbysund for 3 years now, and every time it feels like once in a lifetime trip. 7 days of sailing through icebergs, wildlife and some of the most dramatic landscapes on Earth. Our home for the week is Hildur, a wooden schooner built in 1974. She's an exceptionally charming vessel, with 2 masts ready to set sail whenever the conditions allow. Getting here is never easy, the logistics, the weather, but once you arrive, all of that fades away. You forget the outside world and fully sink into the rhythm of the Arctic.
So we just entered Fjord in Scoresbysund in Greenland. Our 2 days goal is to sail slowly through the fjord and look for glaciers and icebergs. And one of the coolest things about sailing here is that you always have something new to photograph. All the icebergs and the glaciers can change, so it's really amazing opportunities. So we have just arrived to Bear Islands in Greenland after our voyage through the fjords of Scoresbysund. It's always nice to have a little walk around these beautiful lands, and sometimes you might get lucky with wildlife and fauna as well.
After a few days on the boat, it feels good to step on land again. We head out for a hike on Bear Island, and the name isn't just for show. Last season we spotted a polar bear and her cub not far from here. So we stick together, stay alert and carry a rifle just in case. Out here you don't take chances. You move with respect and stay aware of where you are. Unfortunately, the wildlife was scarce, but it was hard to be disappointed given where we were. In times like these, I try to be creative about my landscape shots.
So it has been overcast for the past few hours, but if you look into the distance, you can see it's clearing up a bit and a beautiful light is coming in over the mountains. So we gotta check if we can find any beautiful mountain and maybe some icebergs floating around.
Fjord is famous for its huge valleys with towering peaks and vast glacier systems. As we gently cruise down this magnificent fjord, we are treated with sights of giant icebergs drifting slowly, cloudy mountain peaks, and tall glacier walls. With the silt from the glacier and some gentle disturbance with the boat, I launched the drone to capture some of the breathtaking scenes from above.
So we are just arriving in the end of Fjord, and the area changes here and we are heading towards more lowlands and the end of the fjord. What is cool about this area is that there's a lot of muskoxes living and breeding around. So we try to spot them using the binoculars, and if we find a herd, we take the Zodiac and observe a little closer and use our long lenses and binos to possibly capture there in this beautiful landscape.
After a few hours sailing into the lowlands, constantly on the lookout for the muskox, we decided to anchor up for the night and go for a trek on land. No muskox this time, but we were now in the deepest point of the fjord, and the scenery was just breathtaking. We will get up early tomorrow morning and see if we can find some.
It's currently 4 a.m. Just heading out to look for muskoxes, and there's supposed to be one just around the corner. So there's actually one just over there. We approach it slowly. It's just minding its own business and going for some morning walk.
So went back to the Zodiac and we are looking for some more muskoxes, and we actually right now we found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 muskoxes actually just by the beach. So we'll head a little bit closer with the Zodiac and probably just photograph them from a distance. So let's see. The muskoxes are prehistoric creatures, and right now they have a mating season, so we have to keep a safe distance and we don't want to disturb them, of course. So we'll go slowly, a little bit closer and see if we can capture something.
trees and a little bit of running and mating rituals all around. But amazing scenery to have the Muskox. And at the same time we have an iceberg flipping on the other side. Scoresbysund.
After an exciting morning of seeing some wildlife, we carried on, moving into some spectacular landscapes with sandstone peaks not usually found in Greenland. A day's traveling down through fjords, we came to a huge glacier and drifted into a flooded sea of icebergs. These massive glaciers are the source of the huge icebergs that drift through Scoresbysund. Some of them even travel all the way down to east coast of Greenland and reach Iceland. Standing this close, you really get a sense of their scale. The textures, the movement and the deep tones in the ice. We sit down with the paper map, laying out our plan for the day. But really, this part of the trip is also about just being in it. Soaking in the landscape, the silence and how small you feel moving through it. After nearly 3 hours of slow, careful sailing, we finally reach our anchorage near Red Island.
We have just arrived to Red Island, one of my favorite places here in East Greenland. It's a really remarkable place. We have all the massive icebergs that travel all the way from northern glaciers, hundreds and hundreds of kilometers down here to get stuck on this little tiny canal and stay stuck on the sandbank. And to have that on the side of this beautiful, different kind of red rock next to the blue icebergs, it makes a really special place to capture beautiful landscape photos.
Before leaving Red Island and heading down the final part of the fjord, we took a ride through the massive iceberg city. To see the scale of these huge mountains, carved by the wind and the sun, is a sight to see, and will all be gone by the end of the 10-week season.
So it's currently 2 a.m. in the morning and we have been put on an iceberg watch. It's as you can see, there's a lot of ice floating around and you don't want the massive icebergs to hit on your anchor line or your sides of your boat. It's raining currently and it's kind of cold, but it's not a bad place to hopefully get a sunrise and see where it goes from here.
After spending the morning moving through the icy fjords, looking for polar bears, we were unfortunately unsuccessful. Sightings here are rare, and you have to be very lucky to see them, as they are actively hunted and are scared of humans.
This is Itokotomit, one of the most remote inhabited places on Earth. These people, they live on land, they hunt polar bears, muskoxes, seals throughout the year. And one of the craziest things is that they only get a cargo ship of supplies just twice a year. One comes in the early summer and one on the late September, and after that it's just winter without any connection to the other world.
It's a great place to walk around after long voyages and explore what the town has to offer. It's slowly changing because of tourism, but you really do feel like you are in the most remote town in the world. The next bay around the corner will be our last stop before our flight home.
So the trip is coming to an end and we have just arrived to Heklehaven. It's this beautiful natural harbor here in northeast Greenland.
On shore, there's an old hunter's cabin. Inside, the walls are covered with names and messages. Some from almost a century ago, others from modern-day Arctic travelers. It's become a quiet tradition, leaving your mark and becoming part of the story.
So we have been sailing through the fjord system for the past 6 days. What brings me back here in Greenland every year is just the vast landscapes. You go through the Scoresbysund fjord system and it's almost 800 kilometers long. So it is the largest fjord system in the world. It's all the quietness, you don't really meet other people here and you just sail through it and you actually just refocus on the art you are making and just actually create instead of thinking all the hassle around it and what should everyone do. I think it's all around one of the last remaining really wild places in the world where the nature's powers can actually really be in the present.